invite you to visit our website www.vbhc.com, where Kiran's article and his view on how he has planned it and what are the thoughts that have gone into this is well articulated. Kiran, your time now.
Thanks, Jaya. As you've heard and seen the video, the project really communicates VBHC and our passion for design. All creative endeavors and undertaking in some way look forward to a muse. In our case, it is Patrick Geddes. He happens to be a European town planner who came to India between 1915 and 1919. He wrote a lot about city planning, about good governance, about waste management, about respect for nature, respect for water, and these are things which we are very familiar with today. We talk about green building, sustainability, LEED, IGBC and so on, but back in the early 1900s, he was talking about really how water is a resource, how garbage should be seen as a resource, and this is a muse that we've been talking a lot about at VBHC, which communicates really the passion that VBHC has for sustainability in their projects. Some of the basic ideas that Geddes is talking about is very, very simple ideas that you recognize them today as something that's very topical, but back in the 1900s it was really forward-thinking and visionary. Minimize hard surfaces, keep it porous, make sure groundwater is recharged. Streets are good, people should need to meet each other, so you need village squares, you need the the Somberi Kate, and the open space and the green spaces really in the community make a big difference, and it's not just the home but the way that they come together. The integration of open spaces, respect for nature, courtyards, which really is a typology that in apartments is critical to bring back in a different format, so you have the commercial plaza and the open spaces between the buildings which we are trying to develop. Also the connecting corridor linkage within the apartments, which is quite wide and allows for the people to come out and mix and becomes an extended house. On a high rise we need to do that. Project details on Vaibhava, very sort of compact manner, 1904 homes, 1.1 million square feet totaling to that. It's spread over 16.1 acres, land that you see around you, extremely beautiful, split into two parts in a canal that we are going to develop as we take the project forward. 34 blocks, each block is stilt parking and 7 upper floors, 8 apartments per floor. That takes it to about 56 apartments totally. The apartments come in studio 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom formats. They are 354, 456 and 620 square feet. Although that's the saleable area, and what we have done is we have really broken down the area by what you can use, which is really the carpet area, then the wall that you need around it, and the spaces that you need to connect to your house, and those are things that we are also paying attention to. There's a car park for every 2 homes, so we are hoping that these spaces, if not with car parks, will become full of activities. Otherwise, an English medium school, K-12, CBSE school, which you'll hear more from Jaya, a primary health center, a commercial space with open commercial plaza where there will be some open air activity as well. The nice part is the construction of every phase will finish within a year, and the entire construction will be over within 2 years from today. That's an aerial view. You've seen the walkthrough already. So what cuts across really is the Nala, which we are going to develop, and there's a school and blocks on either side, on either bank. That's the site layout. 2 bedrooms, 1 bedrooms and studios. Number 2 on the far right, on the top right is the school. Number 3 is the commercial plaza, which is really this nice open space around the shops on the triangle, so that you can come out and you can have spillover space as well, and there could be activities there, and we expect that the people in the apartment can spend their evenings, very pleasant evenings there. A few views of the, if you have not already seen the model apartment and the view of the physical model, you can take a look after this, but that's really the commercial plaza where we expect a lot of activity and a lot of vibrancy to be within the community. I think one of the central principles of Geddes that we are all very excited about is that the end result or the end goal of all planning is the joy of the community and the joy of the people who live within it, and it is not buildings, it's not, it's not one thing. It's important that the well-being of the community is protected, and that's what really we are focused on here. Green footprint, 33% of the site is actually physically covered with green. There's 23.5% which is buildings, and the rest of it is green cover, semi-porous surfaces, and a few of them are hard top roads. So the idea is to increase the green footprint and keep the non-porous surface to the minimum. That's the view at the entry when the project would be done. So the school has independent access from the main highway. You have the central road, and there's the street typology. There's a nice 12-meter boulevard with a central planting, and then there are smaller streets. The peripheral road will be mostly where the traffic should be, and the inner one should be free of a lot of traffic. That's what the studio looks like. I think what we've been keen on with the design is to ensure that it has large windows for adequate lighting, good ventilation, and because I think the need to have not just a room with 4 walls but a balcony or some sort of semi-indoor outdoor space. Every apartment comes with its own balcony. So the studio is 251 square feet carpet area. You add the wall area and the common area and it comes up to about 354. It's compact. It has a separate kitchen. It has the WC and the shower separate, and a living room which you can extend out onto the balcony. So the construction is modular, and in the 1 bedroom to the studio mask, the 1 bedroom, single bedroom gets added. Functionality is something that there's a lot of, in addition to the light and ventilation, we're looking at detailing wardrobes so that they are niches and they don't sort of project out into the rooms. So that's inbuilt within the design. There's a loft where you have additional storage, because storage becomes a big requirement when there is a smaller house. So it's in addition to the big picture. I think it's the little details that we are trying to develop, so that if you have a washing machine, where do you put it, where do you plug it in, where you move it away if you need more space. So we're looking at all kinds of what-if scenarios so that people can use the apartment in multiple ways and it shouldn't fall short of their expectations. That's the 2-bedroom really, carpet area, wall area, common area. I think a lot of what we are doing is trying to be very open and also communicate all the intent to the customers and to the buyers, so that they understand really what it is that they are getting, and they're free to ask us any questions, and we'd be happy to answer them. You'll find a lot on the website, of course. Jaya, you want to take over from the school? Thank you.
I'll just take a few minutes and sum it up. Just talking on the school, again a topic by itself, CBSE affiliation. Residents' children have right of admission over here. Will cater to non-residents in and around the Chandapura-Anekal area, designed in a way to have spacious playground and classrooms, built with very contemporary design. Again, a lot of details about the school in our website. And in addition to that, we are providing vocational training, a working women's center that would work like a BPO for people who are living in this complex to find jobs if they want to, and a creche for those who would like to live the children and then go on to work. So in a way, as I was talking to you, it is a complete community, a self-contained community with everything included, so that we stay to the theme of live happily thereafter. A quick look at on sustainability. Water, waste, energy consumptions are the three key drivers, and frankly we're spending money on doing all of these things, but 5 years from hence when you look at it, it look like a very wise decision, because most of the resources we're talking about today are fairly limited. This includes metering of water at individual apartment to motivate the right kind of usage of water, water efficient taps that you normally associate only with high-end apartments which are very eco-friendly, treated water, rainwater harvesting, and as a consequence of all this, and assuming we're able to change consumer behavior also, we think a project of our size would use 50% of the water a standard project would have. And clearly we could be water neutral with respect to fresh water usage, neutrality being defined as groundwater remains constant. This is just a map of how the water requirement comes from 1278 to 614 through a series of steps and actions that I just spoke to you a minute before. Waste management, again, keeping the premise absolutely complex, absolutely clean, but more important, using waste as a valuable resource in terms of a biogas plant that transplants it into, provides some energy and manure, and the power that is generated from the biogas plant actually runs the solar power, the treatment plant, the water treatment plant. And even in the water treatment plant, we have done a fair amount of innovation to get something that can work with a very low level of electricity. Finally, we did discuss the construction technology, and you did see the slides on it, but before that, a series of processes. First, everything that we do is on 3D, and we have a completely visualized simulated position of our project. So we can kind of simulate, take something, add something, and you can actually see how it is, get customers to have a view of it, and so on. The model flats that are used are beta tests, so by the time we have come to actual construction, we've pretty much mastered, convinced ourselves that every element of it is in place. Our infrastructure work in terms of roads and and all other facilities goes ahead. Although traditionally, if you see the purchase plan that's laid out, it's on plinth area, first floor, second floor, third slab, and so on. Nobody speaks about infrastructure, and it often comes last. In our case, infrastructure comes first, and finally the emphasis on area management. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final price point. The carpet area, the super built-up area provided to you. The basic price that varies from 4.5 lakhs to 9.92. There are few flats which are at 10.24. Then you've got the government charges. Then there are other charges that are mostly paid to the government, resulting in a total cost of ownership that varies from 5,52,000 to 11,82,000. The 2 BHK type E is very few of them, about 4 per building, and so it's not really representative. At this point of time, I'd like to conclude and just say one word that acknowledge. I mean, a lot of people have helped us to come so far, but a couple of people I wanted to mention in specific: Nagendran, Mr. Nagendra, General Manager of HDFC, and Gaurav Arya, my friend from HDFC PMS, who particularly have been of great support in putting this program together for us. Our suppliers, vendors, our consultants, our architects, and just about everybody. And also a lot of encouragement from people who have interacted in the media. So with this, I'd like to conclude that we'll get the Vaibhava project quickly up, and we do believe very strongly that people who live here will live happily ever after. And we stand true to the name of being high on value and low on budget. Thank you very much.